Hey garden friends! So I shot my video on Wednesday like I usually do, and I didn't realize I didn't have a lot of memory on my phone, so the video cut off. So I'm back here on a Friday, not quite 11 in the morning, to reshoot the video for you. So check out our fence line flowers. This rose bush, our front rose bush, has gone crazy with blooms. So pretty. That one needs a little trimming. That one needs some trimming. Oh, they smell really good though. Look how pretty this flower is. Oh, I love it. Do you hear the birds? There's the yellow rose. Let's see. There's a few clouds over the sun right now, so it's kind of casting a nice little shadow. A little bit overcast in here, but that makes it a little bit cooler, right? Oh, hi birds. Hi. Thanks for coming to be in my video. Can you say hi to the students? There's a hummingbird too. Do you see it? Hi, hummingbird. Do you see him? Hi. What a treat. The little bird is on the little iron bird. How cute. Thanks for visiting us. They're like, why are you in my garden, lady? Alright, so here's our California poppies. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to, as these get dry, I will show you what the California poppy seed pods look like. So this, see, here's the flower. And then when the flower is done blooming, let's see, oop, can I see what I'm doing? It kind of looks like this. There we go. All right. And then the seed pod grows. And it makes this kind of long oval or cylindrical thing. And then, like right now, you see they're really, really green. But as it gets hotter, they're going to start to get dry. And remember we talked about the way seeds travel. Poppies are one of them that is the explosive type, where once that seed pod is dry, if it gets bumped by a person or an animal, it just pops open and the seeds scatter all over. All right, so here's our tomatoes. Look at how tall they are already. You guys, this is so cool. So these are a bunch of cherry tomatoes that we've planted in the cages. And I have a few more tomatoes. I might see if we can have another bed for tomatoes too, because if we are going to be back in school this fall, I know everybody loves to eat those cherry tomatoes. So we need a lot of them. So this is our cucumber right here that Mr. Michael planted for us. And then we've got a few eggplant plants. And then these are the peppers. I think he said these are the shishito pepper, but I think maybe one of them was a bell pepper, and I'm sorry, I don't recall which one. I will check with Mr. Michael. That looks like a great big sunflower right there. I wonder how tall it will get. Let's see, here's our borage. And check this out. So our Mr. Michael has been hard at work getting these supports up. Remember we grew beans back here last year. So the supports are ready for the beans, and we'll plant them in a little bit. So the bean vines will be able to grow up those supports. And then here's our herb bed. Now, there was a whole bunch of mint. Michael and I cut back the mint because it was sort of taking over. So this herb right here is something called oregano, and it has a really nice smell. It's used in Italian cooking a lot, probably lots of other types of cooking too, right? And then down here, this little short one, this is thyme. It's one of my favorites. It smells really nice. And then there's our fun elephant ear that we all love. And our borage. Look, there's a nice pollinator visiting our borage. Thanks for taking care of our garden, bees. We're so happy you're here. Alrighty, let's see. I hear lots of birds. Oh, look at this pretty bee on this orange flower. Oh, sorry, I startled him, so he moved. There we go. Thanks for visiting the garden. Look at him collecting pollen. Good job, bee. We're so glad you're here. Okay. Let's see. Here's our chard. It's starting to grow seeds. Remember, they'll make kind of a flower that'll have a seed pod up here at the top. Let's see. Oh, you guys, look at the beets. Let's see if I can get down in here so you can see them. Look. See that beet? Oh, cool. There's a big one and a little one. Here's a couple of big ones. I was thinking this was chard. It's so easy to confuse chard and beets. These are the beets. It's the next row over that has the chard. And look at, see, this is a beet. This is chard. They look almost exactly alike. It's kind of crazy. But when you look at the roots, that is for sure a beet. I wish you all were here so that I could have you taste beets, because I bet it's something that not a lot of you have tried before. If you have tried beets before, let me know what you think. Either let your teacher know, or if you're able to write a comment on the video, let me know if you like them. I kind of like them fresh. You shred it with carrots and you make kind of like a salad dressing. It's sort of like a carrot beet coleslaw. So that's my favorite way to eat it. But you can also cook them, you can pickle them. There's lots of ways you can eat beets. So, okay, we've discovered those are the beets. I kept calling them chard, my apologies. Here is our giant cabbage. I think I'm gonna have to harvest that soon because it is so big. It is literally the size of a head. That's really exciting. Okay, what's over here? Those are our broccoli that's going to seed. Look at these funny broccoli seed pods. I've never seen broccoli go to seed before, and they're kind of weird. I wish you could see what they look like. They're these long, they're sort of like the poppy seed pods. It's really interesting. There's some bees on our yarrow and our borage. So the yellow flowers right here with the borage, that's called yarrow. If I cut this borage back, I bet I will get to have more yarrow growing. So we might need to do that. And then here's our pretty Shirley poppy and 11 billion marigolds and maybe some celery in there. Here's our wheat. Oh, look how nice our wheat looks. Some of this is already starting to dry out. It looks really nice. Hi, bees. Look at all the pollinators on the borage. Oh, I wonder how the strawberries are doing. Let's see. Oh, I see lots of them that are almost ripe. Look at that pretty strawberry flower. Okay, so let's check out the willow house because I know everybody likes to know how it's doing. So we'll walk over to the willow house before we finish up. We've got lots of borage and lots of calendula and marigolds over here on the right in our the beginnings of our habitat garden. Then I got a few weeds. That's okay. We'll get to pulling them. And here's our pretty buckeye tree. That's the story tree. Oh, it's perfect right now for a story because it's all nice and shady. And there's our snake and reptile area in the habitat garden. And here's our beautiful willow house. Now, I know I didn't hear from a lot of teachers, but I know in Frankie's class there were a few folks that said they thought that the critter, oh, sorry, the doggies are barking. The critter making these holes was maybe a gopher. And I think you're probably right. It could also be a mole. We're not positive. We're going to just hope it's decided that the soil's really hard over here. It's not enriched, so we're hoping they'll decide it's too hard to burrow through and they'll stop coming to our willow house. Because although we'd like to provide habitat for some of our friends, gophers are kind of destructive to a garden. So they're not really our first choice of animal friends to have in our garden. All right, friends. Let me know what you think about beets if you've ever tried them. And what's your favorite way to eat them? Oh, shall we take a peek at the worms really quick before I sign off? Let's see. Hello, worms. Oh my goodness, look. Something that we put in there for the worms is sprouting. That's kind of funny. Here they are. I don't know if there's enough light for you to see our worm friends. But we've got lots of friends down in there. They look like they're doing great. They're thriving. Mr. Michael said he saw a banana slug in here a week ago or so. That would be fun to get a picture of, so we'll try and get a picture of it next time we see it, okay? All right, kiddos. The garden misses you. I miss you. Take care and be sure and get yourself outside, okay? And enjoy nature. Bye.